One look at Robert Mojeski's hands, and you know he's not sitting at a desk pushing papers.
Yeah, those are my beautiful looking mints. I happened to fracture that sucker. Yeah, there's a lot of history right there.
Mojo, as he's known, is a sculptor from Southampton, New York. This spring, he and his team spent 2 weeks in Brookville, Maryland, working on a unique project, cutting apart a retired 4000 series Metro rail car to create pop-up kiosk stands.
And we cut it into 7 sections, if you will. And via plasma cutting, we were able to cut through all the aluminum that you see. And so we're in the process now of concealing all this just for the public's usage, and they're using them for retail kiosks.
The pop-up retail plaza is at the Grosvenor Strathmore Metro Station in North Bethesda. Mojo also created a signature piece of public art to be placed there. The artist, who is known for his large outdoor kinetic sculptures and abstract art, was chosen for the project by 5 Squares Development, LLC, the developer of an upcoming residential community slated for the Strathmore area.
A gentleman in my office that works with us, Matt Harris, noticed, he read an article that said WMATA was recycling for scrap the old cars. Said, Ron, I know you've been searching for a creative kiosk. I called Nina Albert. She said yes. Within 3 weeks, a nightmare had started. We had 80,000 pounds of car transported across, had to reinforce driveways. Tom Klein of Klein Nurseries turned over his whole nursery to us. A team of artists and sculptors came and started cutting.
Tool of the trade.
Nearly a dozen retail vendors from food to flowers inhabit these kiosk locations. According to representatives from the Washington Metropolitan Area Transit Authority, the kiosks are part of a pilot program.
Just such a hands-on creative guy. When we had the idea for the Metro, I said there's only one way we'll take that car, and it's if Robert's willing to come down here and figure it out. And he brought all his creativity and artistry and ingenuity to it. Sculptors came and started cutting, and incredibly, there were tons of material even underneath the cars that are now going to be a sculpture that we're loaning to Strathmore Square that Robert Mojo created.
Mojo produces his sculptures out of industrial materials and found objects because, to him, these materials represent beauty and familiarity. But he wasn't always a professional artist. For years, he operated a commercial fishing vessel. Interested in welding, he eventually turned his energies to art.
Not only the car and the cutting of the tremendously huge car, we're taking all these components. You know, there's just some cool stuff here. Just the colors alone and the mechanics of everything. Look at this. This would be electrical connections on here and this type of cam system, which intrigues me because it's, you know, engineering, so on and so forth, but all these pieces, very cool pieces.
What we began with was obviously piles of all these components from the subway car, and what we did was take these piles of components, and we had the vision. I had the vision of this. I do not draw. I do not have any other way to express what I do except this is my passion, and if I have a vision, I'm usually 100% on my vision or I'm not happy. And in this case, I'm happy.
Local history made an imprint on Mojo too, and he's hoping this history won't be lost on Metro riders. And then there's the recycling aspect.
And we're saving history. We're giving the public a chance to see, and almost when you walk into these cars, you feel it. You can feel it, you can smell it, you can touch it. It exists. And the recycling factor of recycling these cars is extremely important rather than going into a scrapyard. I mean, what's cooler than coming in here and being able to touch, feel, and play with everything, you know? I think the public is really going to enjoy it. It's history. You're bringing back history.
I feel great with how this was put together. I feel great on the look of the kiosks. If you really have a vision, you could actually see them pieced together and generated into a full subway car, which is super cool.
This system is our future, and we've got to make sure we constantly have that mentality, and this is a reflection of that.
It was really almost providence that Ron came along with this idea at a time when we were trying to get some developers interested in activating public spaces on private land.
This is what makes Montgomery cool. Yep. We're always trying something new, seizing the moment, looking at things differently, and making it happen. So my hat's off to you guys, and I know it's going to be a great success. Way to go.
So I'm going to present a certificate. Nancy, won't you come with me? Casey, Paul, we're going to all put this together.
The kiosks are open Wednesdays through Fridays, 3:30 to 7:30 through June 30th, 2017. Check WMATA's website to find out when and where the kiosk will pop up again. Robert Mojo can be found at robertmojo.com.